him?
No, not really.
I mean, I
don't want to wrongfully put people in jail that don't belong to be in jail.
Right,
so if he's got a legitimate, if he can disprove my theory of what happened last night.
But see, that's not his job. Your job is to prove the other way around.
Yeah, no, I absolutely have probable cause. Like I said to him, I tracked him all the way from where he ran.
Go get a warrant.
I'm actually typing it right now.
Okay.
So
I would like
in just a second, I'll arrest him. So
thank you.
Cool. Give me a second. I'll get it sworn out, and I'll be right back. Just make sure he stays here for a minute, okay? So there's no failures of justice.
Sorry, but unless he's under arrest right now, then don't ask me to do anything.
All right, I'll be
Show me a warrant. Show me a warrant. Show me a warrant. No, you won't. I'll call the police on you. I have dogs in my house. No.
Everyone's detained. Come
Do you
on.
have a warrant? Do you have a warrant? This is being videotaped. I hope you know that. Do you have a warrant? I'm going to call the police. I don't care. I'm going to call the cops.
Everyone outside now.
What's your name and your badge number?
If you continue to
I have
obstruct me,
kids. I'm not obstructing you. I have small kids and dogs.
if you continue
Do
to
you have a
obstruct
warrant?
What's your badge number?
Do you have a warrant?
You're going to be placed under
Do you
arrest
have
for
a
obstruction.
warrant?
What's your badge number?
Everyone out of this house right now.
Yes, ma'am. 921 Little River. For what?
Obstruction.
I'm not doing. I'm on the phone with 911.
You're hindering
Let me.
my
You're
investigation.
scaring my son.
Again, everyone is detained.
I called the police to confirm if you had a warrant and you're arresting me.
Relax. Everyone is detained.
Put it on social media.
Jameson.
Put it on social media.
Take your brother, please. Go.
Fellows to believe that evidence.
Where's my phone? Give my phone. Give my phone.
Anyone else in the house?
Justin, give my phone. I want my phone. No, give him my phone, please.
Do you need her phone for anything?
No, give me my phone. Please give him my phone.
Sheriff's office, come on outside.
No, I want to answer it. 911.
Is there anyone else here?
Come on down here.
Do officers need warrants to come into my home?
Robert 21, can I have you read Rises 27?
You guys are insane in front of these kids. Absolutely
What's your badge
insane.
number?
Yeah.
752. Thank you.
Does everyone have the house down?
What's your badge number?
885.
Thank you.
Who's your sergeant?
Oh, that's who was lay on the porch here?
What are we doing?
The officers?
No, ask her. I want to know if he needs a warrant to come into my home.
Can you put her in a car?
No.
Come on back here.
Why can't I ask questions? Why do y'all treat people that way? Sir, are you in charge?
We have a sergeant coming.
2041.
Why do y'all treat people that way?
Treat you like what?
I don't have the right to know if you guys need a warrant to come into my
You weren't
house.
listening to a lawful command.
Well, you had everybody coming out. What is the lawful command? I was on the phone with 911.
Not to secure it, no.
What is the difference between securing and coming into the home?
Have a seat.
I asked the question.
Corporal Mills told her he had a signed arrest warrant for her son. He asked Natasha to have Chris come outside, as opposed to him just making entry into her home. Corporal Mills was very professional and allowed Natasha and Chris an opportunity to cooperate with him by allowing Chris to come outside without Corporal Mills having to make entry into the home to enact the arrest. It is to be noted, Corporal Mills would have been within his legal right to enter Natasha's home without her consent, due to Corporal Mills's knowledge that Chris Helms was located within her home.
So, according to what Lieutenant Barone wrote, he's stating as if it were a fact that if Corporal Mills felt like it, he would have had the lawful authority to walk right into my house. And I would imagine that he is just reiterating that not once but twice in written statements, because that's exactly what he did later. But I'm going to point to this Georgia state statute here because I've heard it brought up before, and I imagine that this is what a lot of people are referring to, gives him the power to just go into my house. So it is GA Code 17-4-3, right? So it says, in order to arrest under a warrant charging a crime, the officer may break open the door of any house where the offender is concealed. So they think that because this Georgia State Code exists, that essentially any of their officers can break down the door. And this is very concerning, and I need you guys to pay attention to this, because this is the person who does the internal affairs at the Cherokee County Sheriff's Department. That means if you have any similar complaints, there is a possibility that those are being exonerated and or thrown out because all they do to protect their officers is to look at like Georgia state codes. But what about the Constitution? And not just the Supreme Court, but like the Georgia Constitution. You know, there are different things that back that say no, you can't just walk into a third party's house. Lieutenant Barone, you forgot, or maybe you didn't ask, I don't know. But my son does not live with me, and Mills knew that my son does not live with me. You want to know why? Because he wrote it down 15 times in his incident report. It's on his body cam. He told the other officers while standing in my living room after he arrested me that my son lives with his girlfriend in an apartment. My son told him at work prior to coming to my house. Officer Mills went to my son's apartment before he came to my house. So you're forgetting that he doesn't live with me. And Steagald versus United States says no, your police officers cannot just go walking on to the curtilage and into somebody's home when they are a third party and they revoke implied consent because I told Mills to leave. In order to enact an arrest at a third party resident, you need consent, exigent circumstances, or a search warrant for that suspect for the arrest. You don't get to just do whatever the fuck you want to do. That is so frustrating to me. I obviously can't do whatever the fuck I want to do. Or y'all arrest me and I go to jail just for asking a question. Even your beloved Georgia courts that you so much love to talk about. Because I even noticed that the solicitor, when asked by post, referred to Georgia state law. Because, again, I guess the Constitution just does not exist in Cherokee County to you guys. But even they back that up. Absent lawful consent, which Mills did not have, an emergency situation, which was not happening. There was no emergency. People breathing and existing inside their home is a constitutional right. It's not a fucking emergency. You need a search warrant to go into a third party's home. Period. You need a search warrant to come back onto my property after I told you to leave to arrest my son. Let alone go back to your car and come back a third time and break into my house and then arrest me because you're a rogue cop and I called 911 for help while I was asking for a warrant. I don't know. I feel like this is even more concerning than Mills's actions is the fact that our solicitor is attempting to prosecute me on these misdemeanor charges. That is very concerning because either he is just flat out malicious and maliciously prosecuting me, or he doesn't know the law. And that, I'm afraid, is even more concerning. This is a big deal, okay? Because they're trying to tell me and you and everybody else in Cherokee County that if a cop from the sheriff's department shows up at your house, whatever it might be, that there's some evidence that they want, they can walk in and they can remove your family and then they can arrest you for asking questions. An emergency doesn't have to apply here. They do whatever they want. Even if you have probable cause for a search warrant, probable cause for a search warrant does not give you exigency. It is not an emergency. It does not give you the right to go walking into somebody's house and detaining somebody's entire family. And I'm going to argue that you probably didn't even have the probable cause for the search warrant because you guys are all liars. Under oath, Corporal Mills told Judge Emery Lott that my son gave him a cell phone number, and therefore he knew he had a cell phone because he gave him the number.
Deputy, would you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear that the statements and testimony you give in regards to this application, affidavit, and warrant are true to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
All right, and we searching the whole residence, or are we doing...
Yes, sir. The inside of the residence, what I'm looking for is a cellular phone belonging to Joseph Christopher Helms, which has phone number 704-989-6098 associated with it. Your Honor, this stems from a fleeing and eluding case. Mr. Helms fled on a previous date and was arrested here subject to an arrest warrant. At the time of his arrest, he said he didn't have a cell phone, which was inaccurate. During an interview with him earlier in the day, he provided me with his cell phone number, so I know it's inaccurate that he doesn't have one because he gave me a number for his cell phone. At the time of his arrest, I also noticed he had some phone numbers written with pin on his arms, so it would indicate that he had already been in the cell phone and got the numbers he needed for Jill out of it to leave it at the house. The reason I'm after the cell phone, Judge, is because I know that cell phones contain evidence which would be directly related to this fleeing case. Some of that evidence would include GPS data that's stored on the device, which would show locations and times. Also, other material on the phone would also be evident in this case.
Hey, Corporal Mills, if you're watching this, did my son give you a cell phone number?
What's the number for you, phone number? So I can call you when I have your warrant signed? 704.
You want to go back and look at body camera? Or did you ask him for a good phone number? Now, do you think that's material information? If the only thing you had to take to Judge Emery Lott was you saw some phone numbers on my son's arm, do you think that you would have got a search warrant for my fucking house, a third party's house? Which you lied to anyway. Guys, pay attention. He didn't tell Judge Emery Lott during the search warrant hearing that he had already broken and arrested the homeowner and detained her family. And you want to know why? Because he lied under oath of affirmation on the arrest warrant and he listed my address as my son's. When he knows that my son doesn't live there.
I don't know, cause he apparently like moved from North Carolina like 2 weeks ago, and he's living in that apartment with the girl.
Okay.
But
This is your girl's house?
no, this is mom's house.
Is
Yeah. But I know when at the point where I was like, he's under arrest and he's coming with me. I know she came in to get him, and it appeared I didn't see her go this way. It appeared like she went that way to where he would have been. So downstairs up here.
What's even worse is I know that the solicitor watches my social media. He's kind of obsessed with me. I know that he's seen this information. I know that he's seen the evidence. But he's still wasting our tax dollars trying to maliciously prosecute me when he needs to be prosecuting Corporal Mills for trespassing, breaking and entering, kidnapping, perjury. That's really what needs to be going on. So yeah. There's a lot of questions. I hope a lot of people are paying attention because this is a big deal, and not just for me and my family. It's a big deal for every one of you living in this county. Every single one of you.